Hey everybody, welcome to another Oklahoma beer review. Today we will be trying the Lakefront IPA. It's got a very plain bottle really, just a picture of an eye, just called IPA, no fancy name. Its scores are kind of all over the map as I've seen. Rate Beer gives it an 87 overall and a 72 in the style, which means they don't think it fit the style that well at all, although it's still in their very good range. Beer Advocate gives it an 89, which is also very good. The Bros, however, give it 100, which is world class. It doesn't get any better than that. So I'm really excited to give this a shot. It's 6.6% ABV. I could not find an IBU count on it.
I'm really looking forward to this one because the Bros gave it 100. The Bros like it. I usually like it. So
there is no smoke on this beer. Oh. And let's see what we got here. Perfectly preserved. It says brewed in Milwaukee for people who like beer. Well, that's me. Yep. Let's pour this aggressively. Oh, it smells like grapefruits already. This far from the glass. That's a good sign.
Oh yeah.
Happy. Or at least it is for me. Yeah. Grapefruit, kumquats, persimmons. Oranges. Very citrusy. If it's a bright acidic fruit, it's probably in here. It's got that whole fruit salad thing going. There's a little bit of sweet fruit, a little of that sour stuff. But yeah, all the notes are fruit to me.
Oh wow, and the walls of my glass are just white walled with bubbles.
Yeah, lots of little tiny bubbles. I can't see what the head, there's so much head on this beer that, I mean, I've got 3 fingers, and I got fat fingers. So,
yeah, I had to pour less aggressively, still ended up with a little over a finger.
See, this glass is large enough that I can just kind of go for it, but...
yeah, if I did that, I'd have a mess.
You would. He's drinking out of the Angry Orchard glass today. I have the old Warsteiner, which is kind of my go-to glass. So those of you who have seen the show before are aware of that, because it's pretty much exclusively what I drink out of these days. I drink soda out of it. Everything goes with this glass. I'll be super sad when it breaks on me. All glass is temporary.
Especially when you use it every day.
Yeah.
So I've seen you make Bloody Marys in that thing.
Well, it makes great Bloody Marys.
It's a good size for it.
This, however, is not a Bloody Mary. Oh, that is good. I'm with the Bros on this. This is world-class beer.
I will buy this again. I will drink it often. I do love it.
If you aren't a hophead, this is not the beer for you.
Especially if you're not a big fan of like the Citra hops.
Yeah, it's definitely either it's got to be Citra or Mosaic or something along those lines.
I know that merely because of the deconstructed IPA, which we have also done for the Latitude 84. Or is it 48?
48.
48. Latitude 48. We did a deconstructed 6-pack. It was awesome. That is one you should check out.
Yep, that's posted on the site as well.
Just going to throw this out there. This is a 10. This is something I could drink every day.
This is a 10. This is not a good party beer, though.
No.
I mean, I could chug this, but I would feel like I was really missing an experience. That would be like running through Disneyland as fast as you can.
Right.
You could do it, but what's the fun of that?
You saw everything, but you didn't do crap.
Right. Or just charging through the Smithsonian trying to get from one end to the other. Let's see how fast you can do that.
I think they get mad at you for running in the Smithsonian.
Probably, but why would you? I mean, this beer is a stop and admire the scenery beer. You want to look at the paintings on the wall with this one.
Yeah, I have to say it's getting a little cold. I wish that we found this on middle of summer kind of day. Because this is a sit outside on a 80-degree evening as the sun goes down and drink this beer kind of beer.
But yeah, I mean, it's all the stuff that I got in the smell of it is right there in the flavor of it. It's got. If I had to pick two, I'd say kumquats and grapefruits are the really primary fruit flavors. Um, the back end of this beer is incredibly dry. It will absolutely dry your mouth up.
Yeah.
Um,
I like that.
I do too. So yeah, if that's not a thing you're into, then this is not your beer. But this absolutely is my kind of beer. To me, this is right up there with like the Green Flash Palate Wrecker,
yeah,
and the
Midcoast
IPA. That's a really great one. If you're close enough to get some Boulevard, Midcoast IPA only comes in the sampler packs.
104 IBUs.
Absolutely worth it. But this thing's got to be pushing somewhere 90 and 100.
It's
up
easily,
there.
But it's well balanced at the same time.
And it's not a double, which surprises me. I guess it's really only 6.6% alcohol, which is big for. I mean, it's big for Budweiser, but it's not that big compared to some of those Imperial IPAs.
Oh yeah, you get some of those that are 11.2 up into 12 sometimes.
Yeah, and
is that the doubles?
That's closer to triples.
Yeah.
But I love it. You see a lot of nines in your doubles, and this one, I guess it really isn't that, so that's why it's not a double. But it's got all the hops that a double would.
Right.
And that's the part I want. Getting wasted is for high school kids, but this is absolutely incredible. Definitely, if you can find it in your area, this thing came out of Milwaukee, is that right? Yeah. So, Lakefront, doing good work. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So probably anybody east of the Mississippi can get this stuff. We can, so that probably means it's pretty widely available because we can't get a lot of stuff here. So
actually, I remember, I think it was Beer Advocate was saying that it's widely distributed. So I'm sure it's all over at least Middle America.
Yep. So you should be able to get your hands on it. I definitely would.
And have we tried anything else from Lakefront?
Not that I recall.
I was about to say, I will keep an eye out for these guys in the future because they do good work.
Honestly, the bottle being so plain and it almost looks cheap, it's kind of steered me off of trying their stuff. And now I wish that hadn't been true at all. But they obviously spent their money in the bottle instead of on the bottle, and that's fine by me.
Hey, they did it right. They put it in a brown bottle, kept it simple, made the beer amazing.
So yeah, there's no fancy gimmick to this beer. It just says IPA on it, and it is a world-class example of that. I also, I'm gonna have to go 10 with this too. This is pretty great.
Yeah.
You don't find stuff like this just every day. For those of you that have watched the show at all, you may think that we're pretty generous with our ratings. But honestly, lately we've tried some really incredible beer.
Yeah.
Everything out of Stone that we've tried has been absolutely amazing.
It just so happens that the webcam was gotten just before we got a hold of a whole bunch of beer from California.
Yeah, and Sean sort of handpicked the beers that I think are amazing.
Yep.
And brought back for us to review. So there's a little bit of a curve there.
Yeah. We got a few of them that we didn't like. Right?
That's true. But honestly, I'm expecting to be saddened in the future. But maybe not. Maybe the craft revolution is just catching up and making thousands of amazing beers.
Hey,
that's okay by me. They could all be 10s. That'd be fine.
Yep.
But yeah, man, Lakefront IPA, definitely get you some. Like, rate, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time in the Oklahoma Beer Review. Cheers.
Oh.